Hey guys, welcome to Limited Health. Let's check out this video call. It's a it's another Epic History TV series. Okay, well, not that big of a series. It's just only 3 videos. Okay, nobody suggested me to go check this out, but the previous one that I reacted to was the Crusades and stuff, and it was pretty cool. And I've already seen the extra history, so it's like I was already informed about everything almost. And then we got to the the Epic History TV stuff. But now that we're done with Crusades and all America and all of that, let's just watch some cool stuff like American Presidents, okay, by Epic History TV. Okay, there's like part 1 and part 2, and there's another video that is like only 3 minutes long. It's 44 American presidents in 3 minutes. He's going to talk about all that. It's going to be funny, okay? Not funny, I mean, it's going to be information, okay? It's going to be cool, okay? So let's watch this American Presidents Part 1. I would like to know what's happened, what is it, who's the president at what time, and what did they do and all that, okay? So these videos are very short. They're like 9 minutes and then 12 minutes long. So let's just get into it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, let's go. And also, like, if you like this reaction, please subscribe. My cat is over here. I hope she doesn't annoy me or anything, But whatever, let's just go. And also, like, I would like to know what's up with the American and the divide nowadays in political system of America. Everybody hates each other. The growth of evil is super evil, like people like fucking school shooters. This one time I known about this school shooting that went on for hours because the police assholes wouldn't stop it because they were afraid for their lives or some shit. I believe it's called Uvalde shooting or something like that. Just man, so many things. As an outsider, I'm not American, right? As an outsider, when I see all this, it's like, where is common sense? It's just this. A normal human being would never act like this. But whatever. If I say anything, then I'm gonna be like, super bigoted or whatever. That's what they'll call me, or phobic or whatever. Anything that makes them question. I'm instantly phobic or whatever. Okay, let's just go. American Presidents Part 1, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And also like the Donald Trump thing. It's like, whatever. Okay, let's go. All right.
As America prepares to elect its 45th president, this is Epic History TV's guide to the first 44 presidents.
Okay, wait. The narrator is not the same. It's somebody else. I don't know who it is. Probably like a team working, but I've never seen anybody else narrate. It's just I don't know, but he sounds good. So whatever, let's go.
George Washington, hero of the Revolutionary War, and America's first president. Twice elected unanimously by the Electoral College. He steered America on a course of neutrality and stepped down after 2 terms. John Adams, lawyer, diplomat, and intellectual. He'd been one of the leading voices in the call for American independence. He avoided all-out war with France, was the first president to live in the White House, and the first to lose an election. Thomas Jefferson, chief author of the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
He was a fierce defender of individual liberty, though, like several early presidents, himself owned slaves. He opposed.
Hey, you know what? This whole slaves thing, nowadays, if you have a family that used to own slaves and stuff like that, you're instantly fucking, completely fucking demonized. It's like, what is going on? It's history, man. People used to own, and sometimes it wasn't even like, I don't think it wasn't. I don't believe it's like super, hardcore slavery mentality where they use whips to crack your back or something. I mean, they used to do that. I probably used to do that, but not to the point where every black man or woman were suffering like non-stop. I don't think that was the case. Some people willingly stayed as slaves too. It could be possible because, I'm just saying, like, not everything is absolute, right? So it's like, I don't believe that, all of it was completely bad. It was morally bad and it was wrong, and you shouldn't be doing that. And that's why you changed it. That's why you became, that's why you freed the slaves, and now the black people are completely free. Isn't that amazing? But then again, it's like you get demonized now if you have anything to do with slavery or anything. It's like way too much demonizing. It's like you get your address might be leaked on the internet and stuff like that. You get doxxed. It's all weird shit, man. It's like people are gone crazy, okay? But yeah, and also like this, it's almost like the people that hate on you and dox you or whatever and all of that, it's almost like they are even more racist than you, who is supposedly racist. It's like, what's going on? And also, like, there's an actor out there called I forgot his name. It's the dude that played the dragon in the Hobbit movies, Cumberbatch or something. His family was had a history of owning slaves or something, and now he's gonna have to fight in the court or something like that, like court cases and shit like that. It's all fucked up. Okay, but let's go. My cat is here. All right, let's go.
Federalism and strong central government, but doubled America's size by buying 800,000 square miles of territory from France.
Oh.
James Madison.
Huh.
At 5'4", America's shortest president, but a towering figure in the fight to pass the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights.
Okay.
As president, he was forced to fight another war against Great Britain to uphold America's right.
Hey, can somebody tell me who's the worst president so far? Like, except I don't think Donald Trump is the worst. Let's be honest. People are, and also like a lot of people hate him. I don't like, dude. I know he doesn't sound or conduct himself extremely like respectfully and man of few words or whatever, like all the other presidents. I know he's not like that, but that doesn't mean that he's completely bad or anything. I don't know why. Whatever, okay? Just please tell me who is the worst. I would like to know, and I hope this video actually expands upon the worst president or whatever, things like that. Okay, let's go.
It's at sea.
Huh.
James Monroe, the last president who was also a founding father. He warned Europe not to meddle in American affairs, while promising the U.S. would not interfere in Europe's affairs.
Cool.
He passed legislation to restrict slavery to existing slave states and new territories.
Yeah. And also, like, there's a lot of war going on outside right now, and especially the Ukraine and Russian war that happened. It's just a mess, bro. It's a mess, and I'm seeing people cheering the war when Ukraine and Russia. I'm not in social media right now, but a few months ago, people were like super cheering about, fucking kill the Russians or whatever. It's just, what is going on? Stop supporting war. That's all I could say. Like, seriously.
South of the Missouri.
Are they doing the same about the Palestine-Israel conflict? Are they all like cheering for taking sides and doing that? I see a lot of people, even in like yesterday was like, for my India, it was a World Cup for cricket, so in the tournament, some asshole comes out, free Palestine, and he just fucking runs towards the cricketers, one of our most important cricketers in India. He runs towards him, and he's like talking to him, and he's being friendly and shit like that. So what is this? Like, what is going on? But whatever, is it still going on where people are like cheering for it? Stop doing that, man. We should not be, taking sides and shit. Like, seriously.
Compromise line. He also supported the colonization of Liberia by free African Americans, which is why its capital, Monrovia, is named after him.
Oh, cool stuff.
John Quincy Adams. son of John Adams, America's second president. A brilliant diplomat who prioritized economic development while paying off most of America's national debt.
Man, it's almost like all these presidents care so much about the well-being of their own nation. It's like so patriotic, and because if they existed now, assholes out there would call them fascists and communists or whatever. It's just crazy what happened to America right now. Everybody is so, very polarized and divided. Nobody needs that, man. There's it's almost like common sense is lost. Instead of common sense is what is right, what is wrong. This is right. No, this is right. This is right. It's just everybody's fighting together. Sometimes right and wrong don't matter. What matters is common sense. And the common sense directly will tell you what's right and wrong. So the utilization of common sense is like completely gone now. It's like everybody has their own agendas, and they're all they just voluntarily tribalize themselves. It's just ridiculous. Okay, but I appreciate the presence of those times, caring about their own nation and not meddling with Europe affairs or some other foreign country affairs. Just not good for. You have to protect yourself, and then if you can, maybe involve yourself in a little bit of helping neighboring nations and stuff like that. But even that is like just too much. Just stay peaceful. If you stay peaceful, and your neighboring countries will learn from you and stay peaceful. Set an example. You know what I mean? So this reaction might completely offend you. I'm just saying, like, if you're an American, you probably think really bad of me. Especially if you're like hardcore liberal or whatever, you probably will hate me. So I'm just trying to be peaceful, So whatever, let's go.
Andrew Jackson, a no-nonsense soldier, hero of the War of 1812, and founder of the Democratic Party.
Oh man!
Once wounded in a duel, his authoritarian style caused his opponents, the Whigs, to brand him a dictator. He began a policy of forced relocation of Native American tribes to west of the Mississippi River.
I don't know about that. Man, I don't know what to say. This is crazy, bro. And also, like, the Democrats or liberals keep talking about the party switching, and the Democrats are now Republicans, and the Republicans are the real liberals now, or something like that. It's all fucking weird, So I don't understand. Is the switching real? Even if there was a switch, somebody holds the name at this point. Like, you know who Democrats are, who Republicans are, right? So it doesn't matter if there's a switch. And if you're gonna, take it to heart about all the switching and all of that, then you're going to be all emotionally involved, and it's going to be all painful. It's going to be even more mindfuck, because who's the real Republican? Who's the real Democrat? It's all confusing like that. We don't want that, okay? You don't want that, okay? But let's go.
Van Buren, the first president born in an independent United States. Son of an innkeeper, he spoke Dutch at home. His presidency was dominated by America's first major financial crash. He served one term, then lost 3 subsequent bids for re-election. William
and also like the previous president, which relocated the Native Americans. I don't know about that. They are Native Americans, bro. Like, they are the original OGs, man. I don't know about relocating them. I don't know about that. Some of the things, the Britishers and, especially the white people, let's just say it, they have been very passionate throughout history about doing this and that, not forced, but more like very controlling. And I'm not saying super authoritarian or anything. I mean, they were authoritative, invading other countries and stuff. But I'm saying is like very I've noticed as an outsider, I noticed is that America and all these European nations, it's filled with people that are they love staying in control of things. It's almost like normal human behavior is shunned. Oh my God, you're gonna get brainwashed. You gotta control this shit. You have to control. Even now, it's like everybody's like, oh, you're just brainwashed. You don't know the truth. You're evil. It's just ridiculous. That's why when I was reacting to the Crusade series previously, I was like, there's this obsession with freedom, and freedom is important, but there's ridiculous obsession with that, and it's just a mess. The controlling stuff is just too much. It's just too much. Okay, but let's just go. Okay.
Henry Harrison.
Like, I get it. There has been crazy motherfuckers like Hitler and Stalin and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that you have to obsess over freedom. Also, there's a lot of paranoia and fear about somebody becoming, a dictator and authoritative personality and stuff like that. They keep worrying and afraid of some authoritative figure. It's almost like the Jews are the ones that suffered because of Hitler, not the Americans. So I don't know why they are like so fearful of Hitler or whatever, and all this brainwash shit. I couldn't stay for too long in the social media because the politics were like so obsessive. Everybody was so control freak like. And I'm not blaming all the Americans. I'm not saying you're bad guys or anything. I'm not saying like all the Americans are control freaks, horrible people. I'm not saying that. It's just that there's this crazy obsession with fear of another Hitler, and so super obsession with freedom. And in the name of freedom, they would become like they just fight, and it's just polarizing. It's like everybody's tribalistic, everybody's fighting each other, and it's like horrible culture, man. That's something I've noticed. So it's like I don't know what to say. It's all fucked up. It's all I don't wanna shame Americans or anything. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. What I think is weird is what I'm saying here. Okay, so please don't be offended if I said it. Okay, but let's go.
A soldier who spent most of his career fighting Native Americans. He gave the longest inaugural speech in history, but served the shortest time in office. 30 days after his speech, he died of pneumonia. The first president to die in office.
Dang!
John Tyler.
Wow!
The first vice president to become president.
Man, lucky man. He became president for a few for some time, and then he died because of diseases. Dang, son. He probably could have become a very good president. It just sucks, man. Let's go.
Following the death of his predecessor. Expelled from his own party, the Whigs, for vetoing their bills, which he believed to contravene states' rights. James K. Polk, a firm believer in westward expansion, he signed the law admitting Texas to the Union and provoked a war with Mexico, resulting in the acquisition of 500,000 square miles of North America, including California, Nevada, and Utah.
Okay.
He also negotiated the division of Oregon with the British. Zachary Taylor, career soldier, hero of the Mexican War, had never voted before.
Hey, I have one question for you. What do you think about the wars? Do you think it's necessary to fight in the wars to, I don't know, it's only going to escalate, isn't it? That's bad. So then why are people so, it's like, especially the liberals are so into war nowadays. It's like, what is going on? And can nobody talk some sense into them? They won't let anybody close to talk to them, or they don't, have any conversations or whatever. But they need to, what's wrong with feeling embarrassed? You just found out the truth, and you just maybe not the truth, but at least you found out what the other side thinks. What is wrong with the conversation? Somebody needs to set up a conversation between important political figures or something like that, of two different types, like Republicans, Democrats, and make them have a conversation, a very polite one, peaceful one. But then again, they wouldn't be okay with it. The Republicans probably would be into conversations, but the liberals are like, especially the AOC, that woman is weird, man. That woman is like super. She's like a rebellious teenager, and she's like, she never talks to anybody. She got her Twitter account and she's like going crazy. That's all I don't get it. Why is there this divide? Everybody should fucking strive hard to meet. To have a conversation and finish this whole division, but nobody does that. It's almost like they want this and they want to do more, and it's almost like there's a goal, and in order to reach there, you have to do this. You have to make this division continue. It's like what is going on? It's so weird, man. But whatever. I'm not into like super politics or anything. I just read some tweets. I used to read a lot of tweets. I was, my mind was getting ruined by the political environment, man. I was like super dark and emo-like at some point because of all that US politics. I was going crazy, and then I just stopped. I had to stop because I was losing my mind, So I that just tells you, how fucked up it is, the political environment in the U.S. It's crazy. What the fuck?
And held no firm political beliefs. With tensions rising between slave-owning and free states, he threatened to hang Southern secessionists, but died suddenly of a stomach illness. Millard Fillmore, born in a log cabin, the last Whig president.
Dang.
He supported
a lot of these presidents are just dying, just dying because there wasn't any medical assistance back then. So it's like, yeah. And I'm not surprised if presidents died. And you could just probably get away with killing presidents back then, because not many people knew anything, it just, man. But whatever, let's go.
An uneasy compromise between free and slave states, which was to prove short-lived.
In the Crusades series that I reacted yesterday, like the previous video, I mentioned that I blame Christianity and several other obsessions, and not just the obsession with freedom, but there's other obsessions like fearing for a totalitarian. The fear of a totalitarian is they obsess over that so much. That's one more thing. And there's obsession with the freedom, extreme freedom. Freedom is good, it's part of life, but it's like super obsession with that. And Christianity, I have to blame a little bit on Christianity. I think Christianity is the source of all this division. And I'm not saying it baselessly, or I'm not anti-Christian or anti-religious or atheist or anything. I am actually religious, but I see a lot of Christianity being Abrahamic culture, Abrahamic religion is why all this division is taking place, in my opinion. It's because what is the truth? What is follow the right path? God keeps saying avoid evil, right? And at the same time he tells you follow the good path, follow my path, follow the righteous path, or stuff like that. But people are obsessed over what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? This is the division. That's the division. I blame Christianity because if you have a common sense, and if you had no religion in your mind, and if you're just a normal human being, you don't want any wars. You don't want any wars. You want everybody to get together. You wanna conduct a proper election and stuff like that. You just want everything normal and peaceful, right? But Christianity had made it so crazy that it's like what is right and what is wrong. No, you're wrong. I'm right. I'm intelligent than you, because the obsession with intelligence is another thing. Everybody has to be super intelligent and mean to each other, because if you're not intelligent, they're stupid. Oh my God, stupid is the word, the biggest insult ever. Oh my God, I'm stupid? I was found as stupid. Oh my God, this is the horrible insult of my life. I'm not stupid. I gotta be intelligent. It's like, what is this obsession with intelligence is another thing. There's so many things, man. It's like so many things are contributing to the division of your society. As an outsider, I've noticed that. And it's like, when I notice that, I want to talk about it, but I'm not like a popular figure or anything, nobody's gonna notice my comment or anything, right? So it's like, it's never gonna be solved, because everybody is like on each other's throats. Everybody's ready to fucking have a civil war or something like that. It's fucked up, man. As an outsider, nobody in any part of the world, in any nation, behaves like this. I don't know why they're like this. I keep questioning that. It drove me crazy. Okay, that's why I stopped all the fucking social media, everything. So that's all I could say.
Franklin Pierce took office shortly after he and his wife witnessed the violent death of their 11-year-old son.
Oh,
a trauma
what?
that likely left them both suffering from depression.
Oh my God.
He hastened the slide towards civil war by allowing brutal violence to engulf Kansas, where pro- and anti-slavery settlers fought for control of the territory. James Buchanan. His attempts to mediate between northern free states and southern slave states failed abjectly, leading the Democratic Party to split and the southern states to leave the Union.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln. America's first Republican president. He led the North to victory in the Civil War and freed all Southern slaves by executive order.
He did that because back then religion was very important to every person. Even if they didn't believe, they would, follow religion in some way or form. It's just part of the society back then. But I'm pretty sure he did that because slaves are, God doesn't like slaves. He doesn't want slaves. It's something like that. He probably was influenced by the morality of God, and he freed the slaves because it's just like, how long are we gonna have the slaves anyway? Like, if you think about it, at some point they're gonna be freed, and that was the moment, and that's amazing, though, But I would say you shouldn't have taken slaves to begin with. Look at now, multiple races coexisting together. If this was a Buddhism or Hinduism or something, you would all be at least trying so hard to be peaceful, right? But if this like Islamic nation, or let's just say Christianity, multiple races coexisting together, it's not gonna work, man. I don't think it's gonna work, because it's an Abrahamic religion. Everybody, if you don't follow Christianity, you will act differently compared to the others, at least from the Christians. And there's gonna be a polarizing, there's gonna be difference between each and every individual at that point, and then you're gonna have a civil war, because one doesn't like the other, right? And that's why I'm like, if Christianity was more like a Buddhism or something, it would have been more accepting of other races and stuff like that. Even though it does accept, but it's an Abrahamic religion where it's like, you have to be Christian. You have to be. If you're not a Christian and you're in America, if you're only one person that's in America living, as a non-believer or not a Christian, or somebody else, then fine. But it's like recently there's a lot of illegal immigrants coming up in the America, and it's like nobody's stopping it, and it's gonna become a turf war. It's gonna become a polarizing, tribalistic madness in the future if this shit keeps continuing. And Christianity is not gonna last for too long if multiple races just grow and grow and grow, and there's no majority, and everybody is like fucked up. Everybody's ready to kill each other, and it's gonna happen because it's so easy in America. Anybody can grab a gun and go in and start doing school shooting. And I've even seen some other some asshole grabbing guns and going into the churches, closing the church and killing people in there. It's like, what is going on? And crazy, man. I'm just saying, like.
Was the first president to be assassinated, shot and killed by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah, history is the most important people in the history, even in my India. Mahatma Gandhi and all of those, were killed by some guy with, extreme ideology or more faithful than, said leaders, and he shoots, the most important person in the history. And it's like, it's all fucked up, man. Even now, the person that shot Mahatma Gandhi, there's sworn supporters for him too. It's like, what's going on? It's all fucked up. Okay. Damn.
Johnson, a Southerner born into poverty. He sided with the Union during the Civil War. But after the war, he blocked Congress's attempts to impose reforms on the South. This led to his impeachment, though he was acquitted in the Senate by 1 vote.
Oh, man.
Ulysses S. Grant, Union hero of the Civil War. He used the military to enforce Reconstruction of former slave states and protect those targeted by white supremacist violence in the South. His presidency also saw war against Native Americans in the Great Plains.
Oh, man.
Rutherford B.
And also, like, what is this white supremacy shit? It's like, who are these people? I mean, that's to be expected. I blame the Christianity because, all this, it's almost like Christianity is indirectly giving, like I said in the previous Crusades video, Christianity gives evil its own territory, because he keeps pointing towards the evil and tells you to not do it. And people will end up doing it, So it's like it's giving evil its own territory. And now anything can happen, So if it wasn't an Abrahamic religion, and if it wasn't super hard focused on, angels and demons and stuff like that, people would have had more common sense, and nobody would be like white supremacy or, And nobody points out about the extremism of the black culture too. It's like there's many things blacks are doing that are even more horrifying than the supposed white supremacists. And it's like nobody points that shit. But white supremacy, it has a whole history, so everybody is hating on it. It's like, what is going on? Common sense is lost. Everybody's trying to find the right. What is right and what is wrong. Everybody's trying to figure out what's right. Motherfucker, just have common sense. You'll find out what's right and wrong by yourself. Like, really. That common sense is lost. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. So, whatever. I could be wrong. I might be stupid. Okay, so whatever.
Hayes won the most disputed, corrupt, and violent presidential election in U.S. history. He sought to heal the wounds left by the Civil War and Reconstruction, but by withdrawing federal troops from the South, allowed white supremacists to regain power. James A. Garfield took on corruption in the Senate and civil service with some success, but was shot by an embittered lawyer just 4 months into his first term.
A lawyer? What the fuck?
And died of his wounds.
What? And also, like, I've noticed there's a lot of obsession with owning guns. And I completely support owning guns because of but then if you think about, I get it, the history is filled with people protecting themselves, their own properties, and freedom is so important. It's almost like another religion. Freedom is so important, right? But the obsession, it's like, guns are not always gonna help you, because I'm seeing a lot of school shootings and all of that. The mindset can't be always nice. People, the Republicans keep saying, hey, it's not about the guns, it's about the mindset of the people, right? And there's a cultural decay which is causing people to think evil like and go and start shooting and doing crazy criminal behavior and stuff like that. But then, if you give some dude a gun, he will not shoot, right? But then some people, if you give them gun, they would love to shoot it. So they could shoot a human being. One of them at least could just be tempted to shoot a human being. You know what I mean? It's like human mind is not always on one track. It's a collective of different mindsets. So if you give guns to a whole population, there's gonna be a few that will use it for wrongdoings. Like how we see black people use guns. Not all black people, obviously not. But I've seen so many security cam footages of some black people, robbing stores with guns in their pockets, sometimes even killing. So it's like, it's all fucked up, man. It's all fucked up. So the guns should be important, but not to the point where, everybody should be able to purchase it and stuff. It's difficult to purchase, but at the same time, it's like, it's all fucked up. You can't be all in support of guns all the time. I get it. Freedom is important, but the obsession with freedom is also too much, dude. It's like there needs to be a line that can be drawn at some point, So I don't know what to say. I see a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I stopped. I don't go to Twitter or any place anymore. I'm done with social media because of all the tribalism. It drove me crazy, So it's like, what the fuck? Dang.
Chester Arthur, son of an Irish Baptist preacher. Against expectation, he proved above political faction and continued Garfield's work of reforming government bureaucracy. Grover Cleveland, the first Democrat president since the Civil War, and the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. He used the presidential veto with gusto, blocking measures he thought were beyond the remit of federal government, even pensions for Civil War veterans and subsidies for destitute farmers.
Dang!
Look out for Part 2 of U.S. Presidents, where we continue with America's 23rd president.
Okay. Dang!
Bridgman Images are the leading supplier of art, culture, and historic images and footage, representing many of the world's finest museums, collections, and artists. Their experts are ready to help with research and copyright for projects ranging from TV and film to publishing and advertising.
Okay,
for more check them out. Please visit bridgmanimages.com.
Yeah!
Epic History TV relies on support from our viewers to keep making history videos.
Okay.
If you like what we do, please consider making a
go
small
pay them
pledge
on Patreon
at our
page.
Patreon page.
Go pay them on Patreon page. Okay. We're gonna go into part 2 now, and we're just gonna get into it. And then there's a 3-minute video, and this reaction is gonna be long, like 1 hour or almost 1.5 hour. It's gonna be long, so because I'm not gonna I upload once a week, right? If I wait for another whole week based on just this 10-minute video, and it's just not good, man. I gotta finish. If there's only few videos with small durations, I gotta finish it. Okay, let's just watch part 2. Just get into it, and please don't be offended from what I've said. I used to be super active in social media back like 2-3 months ago, and I was also almost like I was behaving like an American or something, even though that's not my nation. I was all fucked up, but please try to understand my point of view, So let's just go.
Welcome to Part 2 of Epic History TV's guide to the first 44 presidents of the United States.
All right.
We pick up with the 23rd president.
Okay, before I start, I want to quickly say that, I didn't know how polarizing and tribalistic the politics were in America. I wasn't interested in any politics, not even in the politics of my own nation in India. I wasn't even interested in that. It's the craziness, the tribalism made it interesting for me to look up what's going on. Why is there this tribalism? And then I just go deep into the rabbit hole, and then I get brainwashed by all the assholes in there. It's all fucked up, okay? Nobody solves this. Everybody's up in their arms about their agendas, and it's like, what is, like, come on, it's all fucked up, okay? That's the thing that drove me crazy, and just too much for me, I had to leave. That's all I wanted to say. Let's go.
Benjamin Harrison, the grandson of 9th President William Henry Harrison. His presidency saw federal peacetime spending pass $1 billion for the first time. He also passed laws to ensure fairer competition in business. Grover Cleveland. His second term was overshadowed by economic depression.
Okay.
The president offered little federal assistance and sent in troops to break a strike by the American Railway Union.
Okay. Dang.
William McKinley.
Hey, I'm not talking about all these presidents and all of that. I'm just getting lost into the world of America and, not focusing too much on the presidents, even though they're great presidents, and some of them might be not that great. Some, like, we've seen that one president that died really quickly as soon as he became the president because of pneumonia and stuff, So it's sorry if I'm not focusing too much on the presidents. It's just this series is making me focus, making me involve myself into the world of America. So it's like I'm talking about the politics, the divide, the modern current generation, and all of that. So I'm going into that more than this, and I'm sorry if I'm not focusing on it, but I am understanding what I'm saying. So yeah, if I have anything to say, I'll definitely say it. Okay, let's go.
Raised import tariffs to unprecedented heights to protect U.S. industry, and waged war against Spain over Cuban independence. As a result, America gained the Philippines, Guam, and Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Shortly into his second term, he was assassinated by a Polish-American anarchist, Leo.
Why are there so many assassinations of so many presidents? And even now, like recently, I've been hearing about, talk about assassinating President Trump and, President Trump, and it's like, can you not just make peace with whoever it is that's maintaining your nation? Like, whoever gets elected and stuff like that. Come on, man. Like, why this division is gonna result in a massive explosion at some point. It's gonna result in a massive, you call it mentally or physically, it's gonna become a fucking big ass explosion. It's gonna be, I don't know, you could think of a real bomb exploding, or like, complete downfall of the society. It could be, it could be anything, but it's gonna happen because motherfuckers don't stop fighting. You know what I mean? It just, I'm seeing it from the outside. I'm like, stop fighting, let's just meet, let's have a conversation, but I'm an outsider. I shouldn't even be talking about, all this stuff. And I'm, but, as an outsider, it's like, come on, man, let's have some peace. Like, seriously.
Chogosh. Theodore Roosevelt. At 42, the youngest ever president. As vigorous and energetic in office as he was in life, he broke up business monopolies, asserted U.S. power abroad, ensured completion of the Panama Canal, passed laws to protect national forests and parks, and won a Nobel Peace Prize for brokering a truce between Russia and Japan. William Howard.
Also, like the president just now did, the U.S. forests and everything he protected. And if you say anything about the climate change, the Republicans are all hating on it. There is. I'm not saying, like, I'm not a supporter of climate change or anything, but it's also like the liberals are like pro climate change, and they're super supportive of it, but they don't help out the nature by planting trees or anything like that, planting bushes everywhere and making things much beautiful. They don't work on making something good for the nature and stuff like that, making raising planting trees and stuff like that. They don't do any of that. They're always like complaining, rioting, and sitting in the middle of the street protesting, not letting anybody go, stopping everybody from going to their work and stuff like that. And the Republicans are like super anti-climate change, and it's like, bro, things are gonna get worse in terms of nature. How about we all get together, right? The liberals and the anti-climate change Republicans, all of them should get together and figure stuff out, plant trees, and go out there, clean garbage or whatever. There's some Republicans are actually cleaning up some garbage and stuff like that, making neighborhoods clean and safer. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of people, at least on the Republican side doing, but the left, both of them need to get together and figure stuff out, man. This division is not gonna end well, like, seriously.
Taft, a distinguished judge, but not a natural politician. He achieved many reforms, but alienated progressive Republicans, including his former friend and ally, Theodore Roosevelt, who went off to form the Bull Moose Party. The Republican.
And also, like, why is there like so many different types of people where, progressive Republicans? So normal Republicans are not progressive? What is going on? There's different sects of people, and they're all, some of them not liking the president. Some of them are pissed off at him. Some of them really love him, and some of them assassinating him. And it's like, what is these different types of people shouldn't exist. They should all come together and understand each other and do things to the benefit of all, right? But it's not like that. They're always separated, confusing the only president that you elect, and if he doesn't do anything, then you're all pissed off. And it's like, dude, and I blame Christianity for this, because Christianity is the one that separates people, and in the name of what is right and what is wrong. You have to always go through the righteous path, right? But it makes people so confused on what's right and what's wrong. And it's like, there can only be one right. You can say that. There can only be one right. But there's different forms of one rights, different types of good things. So what is right in it? You're always confused. So this is something that nobody notices in the U.S. politics. And everybody's, up in their arms about, angry about each other. It's like crazy, man. I blame Christianity and the religion. The religion intended to keep everything peaceful is going opposite direction, literally. That's how it's happening. So whatever.
Republican split handed the 1912 election to the Democrats. Taft later became Chief Justice of the United States. Woodrow Wilson, a former professor of political science and the first Southern president since the Civil War. He passed progressive reforms at home, and after numerous German provocations, led America.
And also, like, some of these elected governors or elected people, president or whatever, they have their own agendas. What the fuck? You were elected to do a certain to help people that elected you. Whoever you appeal to, they elected you, and you're supposed to work for them, right? But these motherfuckers have their own agendas. Halfway through their term, they fucking change into somebody else, and they, have different agendas now. So you elected someone that changed their mind halfway through their term. It's like this agendas, these picking the right, whatever the right could be anything. The right could be anything. Nobody wants wrong, right? But then they want everything to be righteous, and they don't know what the fuck is righteous anymore. They're all confused, okay? It's all fucked up. That's why I keep saying you gotta understand each other, respect each other, come together, and friendly, lovingly solve everything. That's the only way you can fix this shit. All this agenda shit. This Republican might secretly be a Democrat. Oh, this Democrat is a fascist Republican. This whole divisive mindset needs to fucking die off. That's when you will fucking fix your nation. But then I guess you will not change until shit hits the fan. That's what I'm thinking. Until shit hits the fan and you're almost dying is when you will accidentally start holding each other's hands in fear, and then you will save yourselves. That's the only way it's gonna work. In the final moments, it's like everybody's gonna get together. That's what I think, but whatever.
Into World War I. His vision for a new world order, with America playing a full part as a member of the new League of Nations, was blocked by a Republican Senate. Warren G. Harding. He sought to roll back Wilson's wartime measures, but following his sudden death from natural causes, revelations emerged of extramarital affairs and cabinet corruption that destroyed his reputation.
Fuck. And also, like, I've noticed, there's no proper system of marriage in the Western society. I've noticed that. It's like anybody can fuck anybody can. There's no societal shaming. Nobody shames anybody for doing that. It's, again, the obsession with freedom is what's ruining it. This whole thing, there's no proper system of marriage because anybody can do anything, and nobody can say anything because freedom, or independent behavior is so obsessed by. It's like everybody's independent by the day they are born. It's like nobody wants to hey man, we're all friends. Hey, this is a bad behavior. This is not good. We don't like this. This is terrible. Nobody says that. Everybody's like, who the fuck? Why do you care? It's it's a free country. It's my freedom. Dude, like, this is a culture. This is a society in which just because of freedom, you can't be doing every single thing that you like, man. Like, it just doesn't work like that. We're all living together. You cannot just pull yourself out of it and say, hey, I like to shit on everybody's faces. I will do this. It's my private whatever. It's just ridiculous, okay?
Calvin Coolidge, the son of a village storekeeper, moral conservative, and man of famously few words. He also believed in minimal federal intervention and is still held up as a role model by fans of small government. Herbert Hoover. Raised a Quaker, he was a successful engineer, humanitarian, and Secretary of Commerce. But his presidency was overshadowed by the Great Depression. Attempts to revive the economy included spending on major public works, but to little effect. Franklin D. Roosevelt, fifth cousin of Theodore Roosevelt, diagnosed with polio, aged 39. His package of economic measures helped lift America out of the Great Depression, while also improving federal treatment of Native Americans.
Wow.
Winning an unprecedented 4 elections, he led America to the verge of victory in World War II, dying in office just 3 weeks before Germany's surrender.
Okay.
Harry S. Truman. Seeking a swift end to the Pacific War, he authorized the dropping of 2 atomic bombs on Japan.
Oh, man!
At home, he passed progressive welfare and employment reform and prioritized civil rights. Abroad, he provided international leadership as the West entered a Cold War with the Soviet Union.
Oh, man.
Dwight D. Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander in Europe in World War II. He was approached by both parties to run for president. He was the first to be limited to 2 terms by a new constitutional amendment.
Hey, one thing I wanna ask is that, did nobody see this coming when you have 2 different separate parties that live in a society like this? You have 2 different parties, Democrats and Republicans. Nobody saw, like, in the future people are gonna fight based on their own agendas, because of Democrats and Republicans are gonna because you already divided people in 2 different and you should have seen that coming. Like, people are gonna fight at some point, right? Nobody saw this coming. Like, what is this? I don't know. I mean, if you have a let's just say you have a class full of kids, and you're the teacher, right? And you're gonna separate the kids with the most grades. Separated them. The kids that get less grades, you separated them. Both are gonna have hateful things about each other, and then one day they're gonna fucking fight hardcore. It's not gonna be good. You didn't think that was gonna happen? Like, if you're like, I don't know, filling a form or filling forms of all the kids based on their grades, then yeah, you can separate them and fill the forms, and then they can come back together. There's no purpose for the division. It's just a divided because it's ridiculous. Okay, this 2-party system should never have been. Again, I blame the people having that thought of, hey, I don't want to be a Republican, I'm a Democrat for life. That thinking is not good. You gotta be half Republican and half progressive. It should work in unison. That's the only way you can, work together and make things better. You cannot just pick a side and I'm this forever, for life. You cannot just be like that. You have to be like, hey, I like some progressiveness in some parts of the society. I would like that. You should be like that. And I like some traditional stuff and conservative stuff. It's really important for our society. I like this in this part of the society. And you should be like that as well, But no, it's like, oh, I'm Republican for life. I'm democratic liberal for life, man. The Republicans are fascists. The Democrats are communists. It's all fucked up. It's ridiculous when I see all this. Like, you're dividing yourself, and you're not trying to meet together or making things calm or anything. And it's like, you're just gonna eat yourself one day. That's what's gonna happen. So don't be surprised if you fell from the top position to the lowest in the future, So yeah, and if you go away, then there's barely many nations out there that are peaceful, and they will end up engaging in war. An even more hardcore war than you already encouraging with the Ukraine and all that shit, Crazy.
He sought to contain the Soviet Union and de-escalate the Cold War, and oversaw a period of great American prosperity that included the construction of the U.S. interstate highway system.
That's a lot of
John
highways.
F. Kennedy, the first Catholic president, and at 43, the youngest elected to office.
Dang.
He sought.
What's the point? They assassinated him. Nobody is good enough because the fucking society has made it divided from long time ago. They were divided into 2-party system the fucking longest time ago, man. No shit this kind of stuff would happen. No shit. I mean, what do you expect? JFK could have been a great president. Even as an Indian, people would talk about JFK sometimes. Very rarely, but they would talk about how important he was. He would have made things better and stuff like that. But, you assassinated him. And now they're talking about, I've heard some conversations about, suspected not killing, but more like just talking about amongst Democrats and, there's a talk about just kill this motherfucker or something like that about President Trump. It's like, what is this? What the fuck? Humanity is lost because of the division. And I blame the mentality of the society and the Christianity that making this divide continue. Like, it's like, what is going on?
To instill America with renewed idealism. Made some progress over civil rights in the South, and narrowly avoided nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was assassinated in Dallas, Texas.
Oh man!
By Lee Harvey.
Have you seen the photo of him after assassination? I've seen a photo of him laid on the like a table, and his head was like when you squash an orange. That's how when you squash an orange and all its pulp is sticking to it, and the skin of it is like two different. It's like this, it's like this, it's like that. His head was like that. It was horrifying image that I've seen on the internet. How he looked after the bullet not just made a hole, it fucking cut up his whole head. Holy shit, completely in two halves. Oh my god, man, fuck. Americans, you guys are crazy, man. Why would you do this kind of stuff? Crazy.
Oswald. Lyndon B. Johnson. He enacted a wide-ranging package of reforms to address racial injustice and poverty.
Man.
But frustration at the speed of progress was reflected by race riots in America's cities. Overseas, he continued to escalate U.S. involvement in Vietnam. Richard Nixon withdrew U.S. troops from Vietnam and reduced tension with the Soviet Union and China.
And also, like, there's so much obsession with letting different immigrants live in your own nation and stuff like that. Why is that? Why is there so much obsession with having immigrants, so much support for immigrants like that? And now there's like shitload of illegal immigrants entering. If this was any other nation, if this was like Japan or something, even they would be like, hey man, there's too many, let's just say, Koreans coming in or something. Let's just say Pakistanis coming into Korea. Okay, hey man, there's like too many Pakistanis coming in here. It's not good for our society, and our culture is it's not gonna stand for too long. We need to protect our nation. That's what they will think automatically. As Japanese, you would think that automatically. But in America, if you say, hey man, we got to think about America. This is not good that so many people are coming in. We Americans have our own culture. We need to protect that. No, you're fascist or communist or whatever. It's just a mess, bro. This kind of over obsession with immigration and supporting the immigrants and stuff. Anybody can just enter the U.S. and then they can live there. That makes no sense. And some of these people can be extremely criminal. You're not like checking them out and checking them and seeing, identifying their car, visa or whatever, and then letting them in. No, they're coming in illegally, and these motherfuckers can be fucking molesters or fucking rapists and whatever. They could be fucking thieves, they could be murderers, who knows, so it's like nobody fucking talks about this, and the left and right don't talk, and they love staying in their own territory and shunning each other away, and then this whole thing is happening. Killing your own president and shit like that. So many killings of your presidents. That's shocking. That should not happen anywhere. Like, seriously.
He became the first president to resign his office to avoid impeachment for his role in the Watergate scandal.
Yeah, I've seen a movie based on Richard Nixon and the reporter that completely exposed him and shit like that. And apparently he was a liberal or something. It's crazy, man. Stop sticking to your guns too much. Stick together and then protect your nation, whatever it is that you want to protect. You have to care about each other and each other's interests, and then only then can you live in harmony. You have to like each other's interests and protect it. Okay, if there's anything bad, you make sure to let the other party know that this is not good. Is that really that important? This kind of belief of yours is not that appealing to everybody else, and they would at least understand that, right? But no, nobody meets together, nobody has a conversation. Everybody's like in their own houses, in their own jail cells, trying to protect their beliefs instead of themselves. And it's like, what?
Gerald Ford granted Nixon a presidential pardon, then struggled with inflation and economic recession at home, while furthering detente with the Soviet Union. Jimmy Carter. He struggled with an energy supply crisis, inflation, and unemployment. Raised a Baptist, he championed human rights abroad, brokered peace between Egypt and Israel, and negotiated a treaty giving control of the Panama Canal to Panama.
But also, like, I've noticed Americans are so righteous. They love being righteous so much that they involve themselves in other worldly, conflicts and wars, just getting in there with the soldiers and trying to protect. And I mean, I get it, Jesus and the love and protecting the people or whatever, and that's great. But there's too much obsession with that, and that's only gonna make the people of your nation think about the foreign affairs a lot and support actual wars, and it's gonna be a mess. It's not that good for your own nation, and the people of your own nation are gonna be all fucked up in the head with that. So I don't know about involving yourself into other people's wars and shit, conflicts and shit. It's just not good. Maybe you can have a peaceful, like I said, peaceful gathering and conversation and watch for peace and stuff like that, but it's not, don't involve yourself. It's just not good.
His popularity was greatly damaged by the Iran hostage crisis.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan, former Hollywood actor, and at 69, the oldest elected president.
Dang.
His tax cuts and free market reforms were credited with revitalizing the U.S. economy.
And Ronald Reagan was like super Republican. He would openly say bad things about Democrats and shit like that. It's all weird. But then people liked him so much too, and it's like, or maybe people hated him. I don't know much. It's all, don't pick a side. Grab everybody's interests and understand everybody's interests. Do everything based on what everybody wants, not just don't just pick a side and fight for that and stuff like that. It's just not good, man. But so there were some great presidents, and even though Ronald Reagan was like Republican and anti-democrat, but I guess he did his job. People were like super employed back then or something like that. If that's true, then great job. And everybody was like employed, working hard to earn money. That's great. That's great. Good for economics. That's good.
He launched America's war on drugs, began an arms race with the Soviet Union, which he described as the evil empire, and supported anti-communist insurgencies around the world.
Dang!
George Bush, a decorated World War II Navy pilot, later director of the CIA. He oversaw America's response to the collapse of the Soviet Union and sent American troops to liberate Kuwait during the First Gulf War. Bill Clinton. His presidency saw a period of peace and prosperity.
Apparently Bill Clinton had some, weird blowjob session in the Oval Office or something. Is that true? It's a mess, bro. America is all crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't mean no disrespect, but dang.
Low unemployment and falling crime.
Okay.
He became the second president to be impeached following the Monica Lewinsky scandal. But
that's why I said there's no proper system for marriage. Anybody can do anything, and it's like this dude received a blowjob in the Oval Office apparently. It's all fucked up. Okay.
Found not guilty by the Senate.
right.
George W. Bush, son of George Bush. His presidency was shaped by the 9/11 terrorist attacks on New York and Washington. America's subsequent war on terror led the U.S. to become embroiled.
There's memes out there of this guy hitting a golf ball and hitting the fucking 9/11 building. And rest in peace for 9/11. But man, these memes go insane, dude.
In long, costly operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. Barack Obama, the first African-American president. He passed an economic stimulus package to soften the impact of the 2008 financial crash. And an Affordable Care Act to improve access to medical insurance. American forces continue to have a presence in Afghanistan and Iraq, where they help to tackle the new threat of ISIS.
Some people say he funded he funded the terrorists into making ISIS. Holy shit. If that's true, then I don't know what the fuck. That's crazy. I don't know.
Now, all 44 U.S. presidents, according to their ranking in the Siena Research Institute survey of 2010.
2010.
Andrew Johnson. James Buchanan. Warren G. Harding. Franklin Pierce.
Wow.
George W. Bush.
Dang.
Millard Fillmore.
Okay.
John Tyler. Herbert Hoover. William Henry Harrison. Benjamin Harrison.
Okay.
Zachary Taylor.
It's a lot of people.
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Rutherford B. Hayes. Richard Nixon. Calvin Coolidge.
Okay.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah. Some people say Calvin Coolidge is the worst president. I don't know. I could be wrong. Please tell me who's the worst and who is the best. I would like to know. You have to include Donald Trump to tell me who is the best and who is the worst. Just say it, whatever. Okay.
James A. Garfield. Ulysses S. Grant.
Okay.
Chester Arthur. William Howard Taft. Martin Van Buren. George Bush.
Yeah.
William McKinley. Grover Cleveland.
Okay.
John Quincy Adams.
Quincy Adams.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
John Adams. Lyndon B. Johnson. Barack Obama. Andrew Jackson. Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
James K. Polk. John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Harry S. Truman. Woodrow Wilson. James Monroe.
Okay.
James Madison.
James Madison.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
George Washington.
Wow.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Dang. Shit.
Bridgman Images are the leading supplier of art, culture, and historic images and footage.
Cool stuff.
Representing many of the world's finest museums, collections, and artists. Their experts are ready to help with research and copyright for projects ranging from TV and film to publishing and advertising. For more information, please visit bridgmanimages.com. Epic History TV relies on the support of its fans to keep making history videos.
They deserve it.
Please visit our Patreon page to find out how you can help and even get to vote on future topics.
Okay. All right. Long ass reaction. There's another video. I think that came up in the last 3 minutes, whatever we saw with the list. I think that's the list here. But let's just see it, what it is.
This is Epic History TV's guide to the first 44 presidents of the United States.
Okay.
George Washington.
All right, let's just watch this.
John Adams. Thomas Jefferson.
Okay. Okay.
James Madison.
Oh, ranked by one,
James
right?
Monroe.
Okay.
John Quincy Adams. Andrew Jackson.
Huh.
Martin Van Buren.
Okay.
William Henry Harrison.
William Henry Harrison.
John Tyler.
Tyler Durden.
James K. Polk.
Okay.
Zachary Taylor. Millard Fillmore. Franklin Pierce.
Okay. Franklin Pierce.
James Buchanan.
James Buchanan.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Andrew Johnson.
Andrew Johnson. Let's do it.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Rutherford B. Hayes. That man looks good.
James A. Garfield.
A glorious beard. I like
Chester Arthur.
Chester Arthur. Okay.
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland. Dang.
Benjamin Harrison.
Glorious beard again.
Grover Cleveland.
Again? What the fuck?
William
he
McKinley.
came second time. Huh?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Huh.
William Howard Taft. Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson. Alright.
Warren G. Harding. Calvin Coolidge.
Calvin Coolidge.
Herbert Hoover.
Herbert Hoover.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
D. Roosevelt. Okay.
Harry S. Truman.
Harry S. Truman.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Dang.
John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Gerald Ford. Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Ronald Reagan.
Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan.
George Bush.
George Bush.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
George W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Donald Trump. Alright.
Bridgman Images are the leading support ranging from
we've seen
TV.
this.
History TV relies on the support of its
Okay. Cool shit. Alright, yeah. Let it end. Okay. Cool. That was the whole series. This reaction has gone off crazy. This like what, 1.5 hour? We're approaching 1.5 hour. That's how long we have reacted to this. And you know, this video is gonna piss you off a lot. You know, I tried not to pick a side, okay? I blamed both the parties equally. I'm sorry, okay? You know, and I blame the Abrahamic religion of Christianity, you know. The Abrahamicness of it is what's divided, has always divided people, and it just grew up into more division as time. You know, nowadays not many people are Christians, and you know, the religion is not really taken into consideration that much. You know, there are, you know, I mean, even the most strong believers in Christianity are like out there committing sins or whatever. It's all fucked up, okay? But the influence of Christianity is not so strong anymore. Not like when the Crusades happened. You know, back then, you know, they would be like fucking killing in order to get to the Holy Land and stuff. But you know, nowadays it's not that strong. It's but I don't like the fact that the people are divided. I don't like that, you know, and the degeneracy is skyrocketing. The pornography, nobody says no to it. You know, nobody says no to it, bro. Nobody fucking bans pornography. Nobody does, you know, it's all fucked up. The TikTok generation, the hot tub streamers on Twitch, it's embarrassing. You know, the OnlyFans is the worst shit I've ever seen. Holy shit. And these women have no shame. It's like, that's what I meant when I said there's no system of marriage or anything. You can do anything you want, and it's like nobody says anything. That's another problem that I've noted. Nobody says anything, bro. You should be able to say, hey, I don't like this. This is terrible. Please stop. Everybody's like, freedom, super pro freedom, extreme freedom. It's like freedom is important, bro, but like, come on, you're gonna have to, point and say this is wrong. People don't like my child plays with, I don't know. I have children. I don't like it or something like that. You should be able to say it, but nobody says it. You have to go out there and riot like the Muslims are rioting outside. Sometimes I've seen in videos where Muslims are standing outside schools and protesting because of the LGBT stuff going on in there. It's like the pro-LGBT, the LGBT mafia. On the other hand, it's like, bro, like you're gay. Why are you gay? Why you gay? That meme. It's like that. Why are you gay, bro? Like, why do you have to be gay? Just, okay, you're gay, right? Just shut up, man. Why do you have to force it on the kids? Like, nobody's gonna become a stand-up individual by becoming gay or anything. Stop just stop forcing kids whatever you think they should be. Nobody's gonna change into gay. Whoever's gay, these gay people feel lonely. I feel like they feel lonely, and they don't feel at home because not many people like them or something. It's like only the kids can be the new generation that can love us and become like us. And so then they're fucking trying to force into their ideology in the schools and nurseries and shit like that. It's like, what? This behavior is so polarizing and stupid. This needs to be stopped. And nobody says this is wrong because then gonna get banned or something. Why? How are you getting banned? That should not happen. Come on, man. This division, I think this division stemmed up. The first most biggest brainwash is the religion itself. Christianity is the biggest brainwash. The first brainwash of Christianity, of the Christian culture, is the Christianity itself. And then came different types of brainwashing methods. All this division caused by the one and only Christianity, or you can blame God or Jesus or whatever, but and I'm not anti-Christian. I don't hate Christianity. I love the message of Jesus. I love his morality. I love his hate for sin and all of that, but it's polarizing. I think that's because Christianity is an Abrahamic religion, and it forces people to find the righteous path, and they can never find the righteous path because it's almost impossible to live a good man forever. I'm not saying you have to become a criminal or anything. You can commit sins every now and then, but then the Bible says you have to be good, and it just becomes a depressing situation where the sinners will become sinners for life because they don't want to follow Christ anymore. It's just polarizing. The Christianity is polarizing from the beginning. I feel like, and that's the biggest brainwash. I feel like, just be normal, have common sense, follow Christianity, have some morals, but don't just be divided. Don't be thinking too hard, and obsession with intelligence needs to calm down. Just be common, like have some common sense. That's all I'm saying for the people that are not all Americans. I'm just saying this for the people that are agenda driven and confused and hateful against the other party or whatever. It's a mess. This reaction is for them, so that they can open their eyes a little bit and understand that, hey, it's not fucking black and white all the time. Things are gray. Real life is gray, and you know it. You live in it. You know it every moment of your life, that real life is gray, and you have to follow that to the best of your abilities. Okay, don't be brainwashed. Don't brainwash yourself. That's the biggest problem. Okay, so yeah, that's it for my reaction. This will definitely piss you off. I'm gonna get a shitload of dislikes, but I only show up once a week, and I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm tired. I don't even want to do these reactions, but I only do them because people do watch me. So it's like I'm doing this for them, for the people that watch me. And if they're pissed off and they don't like my reaction, they can type down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Don't be angry. Let's have a conversation. If I didn't know anything, please explain. I'll read and he will reply to you. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this reaction. This is a 1.5 hour reaction. So please try to understand. If I don't upload that many videos today, please understand this reaction is already tiresome. So yeah, that's it for this reaction. Please subscribe to both my channels. Go check out my backup channel. There's a Napoleon video series and a lot of political videos over there. You'll be thoroughly entertained, okay? And if you like this reaction, please subscribe over here. And subscribe to both my channels. I got a copyright strike on my backup channel. That's why I'm not reacting every day anymore. So, and my voice is all raspy now because of all this reaction. I'm sorry, okay? So please subscribe to both my channels and I'll see you guys later. Please be peaceful. Let's have a conversation. Let's bring left and right together. How about that? And I'm not even like American. I'm an outsider. I'm an Indian, and I'm doing this. I mean, let's just get going. Isn't that amazing? Let's just get going, man. Let's just fix the society. Let's do that. How about that? Okay. So let's do it. Please subscribe to both my channels, and I'll see you guys later in another Epic History TV. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.